Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? I finished up this little journal, or whatever it might be. Yeah, I just made 3 layers of pages. There's only, I think, 8 sheets in there, so there's not like hundreds and hundreds of pages, but yeah, it's quite a cute little book. Every page has a pocket in one side, and it's just a writing area on the other side, and then there's this little pocket at the back. So yeah, quite neat, tidy little book, and much more my taste than the pink monstrosity that it was when it started out. So yeah, I thought I might just use this batch dyed file folder and just make some cards to pop in the little pockets in there, and yeah, I'm just simply going to cut them to the size I feel I want in there and put a bit of stamping on them and pop them in. So yeah, nothing too dramatic, but just a little finishing touch for it. So yeah, I'm so glad I did this. It, in all its pink glory, has been sitting on my desk for you have no idea how long. Yeah, I'm very pleased that it's now something that I can look at and be happy with, not look at and go, ugh, really? So yeah, go back to those projects, people. They're well worth redoing, you know, pulling them apart and recovering the bits and pieces and then putting them back together. It's well worth it, I think. You can really end up with something you're really happy with. I'm so happy with this. Considering how much I really, really disliked it in the beginning. It was never meant to be a finished project. I had a friend who wanted me to just make a few different types of just booklets that people could, you know, sign on. It was just ideas, so they were basically just prototypes. So I just used whatever I had, and yeah, whatever I had was this horrible, nasty pink scrapbook paper that I picked up somewhere, and yeah, and of course I can't throw anything out, so I've had it forever. So yeah, well worth going back and doing it again, because now I'm very happy with it. So anyway, guys, I will stop rambling about how much I hate pink scrapbook paper and just let you watch this. Right, on to the next thing. It's going to be another one of those days, jumping from this thing to the next thing. I had these little offcuts, obviously, left over from our manila folder that I just made those simple journal cards with. And I found that this page, this little piece fit here just about perfectly. So I thought, well, that'll make a nice little tuck. But then I spent some time looking at the page and I didn't like the page, and then I went back to it and decided, well, if I don't like the page and I'm going to put a tuck on it anyway, let's cover the page. So yeah, this jelly print was just on a magazine page. It was just lying there on my desk. I'd been folding it up and unfolding it, just playing around with it, so might as well get used. And it kind of went with the background, not that you see any of the background, but yeah, I guess that's what first caught my eye. So I'm just going to cover this page with this jelly print and then use that little piece of card scrap as a little tuck glued on two sides, which just fits on that little piece that folds in just very, very nicely. Okay, so having done that, I pop the book away and have a mouthful of coffee while I think about what to do next, and then realise that I remember a little piece of paper on my desk, this one, and bring the book back. There was a page in here that had a little bit of the green print from the shopping bag on it, and I thought, I like that there because I like it against the colour of the thing on the opposite page. Who knows if the thing on the opposite page will even stay there, but they went nicely together and it made me happy. So that piece went to live there. And then after that piece went to live there, I just figured I would stay with this book for a bit and see what else I could find. And I found that purple picture and I thought, oh, that's the other side of that paper, and it has more paper bag sort of advertising and whatnot on it, so I'll cover that up too. And then I thought, well, I'm covering up all my pages. I need to put back some writing space, so I covered up the logo stuff on the paper bag and then went looking on my desk for something else that I had there that I just recently coffee dyed, which was a bunch of little faux envelopes. And I thought, well, if I pop one of those on there, it can be unfolded and used as some journal space. And I thought, well, if I'm going to stick it down, I'll just stick it on three sides and make it a pocket. So that's what I'm doing here. Just making a little pocket that folds out and you can use it as a journaling space inside. Looks like a little envelope, is actually just a little piece, just a little strip of paper with the top folded over basically. So anyway, we have that there, which all looks very lovely with the little picture on the facing page because it's the same sort of colours. And then, of course, if we're going to have a little pocket, we have to have a little card for the little pocket. And then I found a business card. I thought, well, okay, let's do that as well. So there you go. There's that little faux envelope, bit of journaling space there. And yeah, so now I am embarking upon a plan for a little tag for that pocket. You see me here starting the hunt for something to make a little tag topper with. Not having much success on my desk, and then I just happened to look down at the floor and there's a piece of fabric on the floor, and I'm thinking this is a really good piece of fabric. So that's what we use. A little tiny piece of upholstery fabric that I at some point dropped on the floor. So yeah, there we go. We have a little tag. I just stapled that on. It's a bit tall, so I think that I will cut the bottom off. Then that tag is just the right size, and I have another even littler tag that I can put somewhere else. How exciting. And that tiny offcut of that upholstery material serves as a topper for that tag as well. So there you go. A whole piece of fabric gone. And a business card. And yeah, loving it. It's all happening. So for my next trick, I figured we would pull out our collage book and use some of that, because I think these pages match nicely with this new big fat book that we're making. So these two are coming out, and I will cover the backs. Well, I'll cover the back of at least one in this video anyway, and make some tags for or some journal cards actually for our new journal. I don't think I get around to finishing them, but don't worry, then it will happen. Actually, I might. Who knows? Anyway, I decided I'm going to cover the back with some coffee dyed paper, but it just strikes me as a bit dull just being coffee dyed paper, so I find some other paper that it has been sitting around for a while. I used it to distress some items on, and it has marks on it, and it's kind of interesting, so I pulled that out. It's just book page from an old novel, and rip it into strips, and that's how I'm going to cover the back here. I'm going to use that and the coffee dyed paper, cover up the back, and then cut the whole lot into a bunch of journal cuts. next stage for those clearly required some pondering because I sat and twiddled my thumbs for a bit and then moved on to something else. So I've had this piece of scrapbook paper forever. Well, not forever. Not that long at all, actually, but somebody else had it for a very long time before I got it. And yeah, it's just been sitting in my stash too. So it's film strip of flowers. So I thought I would cut it up into its strips just because it just wasn't getting used otherwise. So I've cut it up into strips with the idea that I might put it on these journal cards, which I don't end up doing. But I do find another piece of scrapbook paper that I have had myself forever, and I end up putting it on that instead. So what I'm going to do with that, I don't know. It may be pockets or journal cards or tags or something, but I was happy with the direction it's going in. So anyway, we'll move on to all of that, and I'll come back and let you know what's happening when something's happening. Okay, well, we've seen the addition of their paper napkin, and I'm just going to trim those to size now, and then I will cut apart that strip of scrapbook paper that I've glued the faux negatives to, and I think that's where we'll leave it today. It's getting to be a bit of a long video, and yeah, we can finish off these items tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I hope there's some value here for you. Yeah, I'll leave you with some photos of what we finished up doing today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for coming along. It's been a pleasure as always, and yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.